So you're learning Lenormand and you want to ask questions about money. Today, we're diving into how to read card combinations in the money and financial context. I'll show you how to stretch your Lenormand vocabulary to make interpreting financial spreads a bit easier and perhaps even a little bit more intuitive for you. Maybe you want to be able to answer questions like, what will my finances look like over the next year? How safe are my investments? What can I even do to improve my financial situation? When you pull cards, it can be a little confusing. Maybe you pull the fish card in a money context and it all makes sense. But sometimes you might pull something like the clouds or the tower. What does that mean in a financial context? One thing is certain, if you read for yourself and others, finances will come up. If you're ready to improve your Lenormand confidence when it comes to money readings, I've got you. My name's Emily Rose, and I'm a professional Lenormand and tarot reader. This is what I do full-time, and I answer a lot of client questions about money. If you're watching this, I would love to know if you read for other people, and if so, how you feel about it, from like a scale of 1 being ick and 10 being I'm so confident I could read for anybody. I would love to know where you fall on that scale, and if you'd like some more videos about it. If you would like some videos on tips reading for others, let me know in the comments below. We're about to get our hands dirty and read some cards together. But I do want to say we're going to be reading Lenormand card combinations. If you're like, I have no idea what that means, I have this video that I recommend watching. It's also linked down below in the description. Watch that one first and then come back to me. It's going to give you a walkthrough of how to read card combos. And if you already know what that is, then stick around and let's get to reading in the financial context. You don't need anything for this video, but if you are unsure of Lenormand card meanings, I do have a free mini course that you can download here, emilyrosedivination.com/mini course. And inside the mini course, there's a free workbook that has a cheat sheet inside. So you may want to have a quick reference to Lenormand cards if you are not super comfortable with all the meanings yet. So when it comes to Lenormand, card combinations or two cards are really the building blocks when it comes to reading and interpretation. So what I like to do is to do my favorite Lenormand practice technique, which I call the combo shuffle. And again, this video is going to show you how to do that in depth, and I'm just adapting that for reading in a finance context. So this is the Titania's or Titiana's fortune cards. This was the deck I learned on. I bought a bunch more as an adult. But what I'm doing is just shuffling, and it's completely random. So I don't know what order these are going to come up in. Let's see what our first combo is. And we're going to read each combo in a financial context. So here we have the snake and the bear. So remember, when interpreting Lenormand card combos, the standard way to do it is the card on the right modifies the card on the left. So what we have here is we have the bear card that's happening to the snake. The bear in a financial context, this is one of the key finance cards, and it tends to be your big money is how I think about it. I think about this as things like your Roth IRA, your 401k, your, emergency savings account that you have, investments, things like that, things that it's not your liquid cash. Liquid cash would be the fish, but with the bear, it's your big mama money. The first phrase that came up for me as I saw this was more money, more problems. The snake is a problematic card, even in a finance category. So what this is saying is that maybe some type of investment, some type of account that you have for your big money is causing some type of issue. So this, I could see this coming up maybe if I was reading for somebody who is trying to get like a tax cut or something, but they have an investment somewhere and that investment prevents them from getting, the tax cut that they think they deserve. So that would be an example for this combo. All right, our next combo, we have the tree and we have the cross. Okay. These cards are read pretty similarly to how you read them in another context. The tree tends to be slow but steady growth. That's one way to interpret the tree. It's growing. The cross are challenges, burdens. And one way that this comes up for me in finance readings are these tend to be expenses or things that I can't do a lot about. So things like daycare, if you know, you know, things like health bills. That's another thing that this could be relating to, is it's saying that, you know, the health arena is burdensome, right? So that's another way to look at it here. Another thing that it could be showing is that the slow growth is very heavy here. So this could be like maybe you're really wanting an investment to take off and it's just growing slow and it's grinding your gears because of that, right? So that could be a way to interpret that. A question I get asked a lot is, what does the cross mean in daily kind of contexts? And the cross for me tends to represent responsibilities, and typically responsibilities I don't really want to do. So I reverse the cards here, and this is another way to practice this combo shuffle exercise, is just to flip them after you're done interpreting. But you have the tree here that's modifying it in this case, and what this is saying is that like your expenses or your responsibilities, things that you have to pay, that they're growing, right? This burden is growing. So this would be slow inflation, not really like what's happening now. It feels like a lot of inflation really quick, but this would be like slow inflation, that type of thing. So this is an interesting combination because it can mean a lot. We have the crossroads here, which can often mean multiple. Typically when it's in the modifying position, it means multiple for me. In this position, it's talking about decisions for me typically. That's not a hard and fast rule. That just kind of tends to be how it works for me. Then you have the stars. And so the stars can be many. It's like spread out, and it can also be hopeful. So the sense I'm getting from this spread, if a client was asking me a question like, what's happening with my financial situation? And they got this, I would say, okay, your financial situation looks really hopeful because you have a lot of options. So maybe they haven't pulled the trigger on any option yet, but they're really feeling like there is a variety of things available to them. So that could be an example. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit more rapid fire, hopefully, with these. So let's see what we got here. We have the ring and we have the garden. One possibility for this is taking a deal public. Maybe there's been, this could be like a merger or something like that that's occurred, and now it's public knowledge, right? The garden can also represent investments or things that multiple people have a stake in. And so this could be like a community deal of some kind, or this could be like multiple companies coming together for a deal. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Letters and the sun. Okay, so for me, letters is typically almost always some type of paper communication, especially in the financial sector. So this could be bills. This comes up as like getting a bill in like a day-to-day format for me. And then with the sun following it though, it's saying we're going to get something positive. So I've gotten combos like this when I've gotten a refund check from the insurance company as an example. So this, I would say this is like positive communication. And if we're in a financial context, aka the question that you ask, then this is going to bode very positive. Okay, here's another one. We have the clover and we have the book. The book is a very important card for me when I'm reading into finances because typically I'm getting asked questions from querents like, what am I missing when it comes to my finances? What do I need to look out for? Those types of questions. And the book is a telltale sign that there's something hidden going on when it shows up in certain positions. But in this arena here, we have the clover, which is opportunity. And the Clover is a positive card, but to me, it's kind of a flash in the pan. It's very quick luck. And I usually like to see a sticky card after it, like the Anchor or the Tree or something along those lines. But with the book here, what it's saying is there's some type of hidden opportunity, and that needs to be, I would say, catch it while you can. Let's go more rapid fire. Rider, and we have the lilies. I would say this is a slower or leisurely delivery. So if somebody's waiting for money to come and they're getting this, I'm like, it's going to take a little while. Let's see what's next. The key, love to see it. The mountain, don't love to see that combo. So the key is the answer. It's things working well, right? And then you have the mountain, which is a blockage. So if you're looking for a specific financial outcome here, this is saying, yeah, I think that success is going to be blocked. Next up, we have the moon and the woman. When I see the moon in a money reading, it can mean a lot of things. Sometimes it's acting like a spotlight. It's kind of showing me where something is. But if I got this combo, I would say this is more of a fluctuation or like an ebb and a flow. So the woman is modifying it though. So if we were in a financial context and maybe I was looking at a marriage or something, and I was like, okay, what's the deal with this, with the financial outlook, for this marriage? Or, I might pull like a box spread or something. And I got this combo somewhere and I would be like, okay, so maybe she goes through phases where like one phase is like, we're saving, no, we're spending, right? So there's some type of pattern that's happening here. Next up, ship and heart. Okay, so this could be literally like moving your money somewhere positive. I would want the fish or the bear there to show that that's what's being moved, but this could be shifting gears towards something that's more positive. This could also be associated with charity or matters that are close to your heart, so it could be shifting a focus towards that. Next up, we have the whip and we have the house. Unfortunately, this is a combo I see a lot reading for others, especially because what do families argue about? Money. So you have the house modifying the whip, and that typically shows that there's some type of household dispute here. Another possibility are household expenses. The whip can be some type of like recurring payment. So this could be like a mortgage or something that's getting taken out regularly. Next up, mice and child. So these are small. To me, the mice is almost always expenses because if you think about the mice, it's nibbling away little by little. So something I'm just thinking of now for this card, this could be subscriptions, things that are kind of coming out regularly, but especially when it's with the mice, because it's saying there's like there's small recurrent things. And I get that a lot for people who have a lot of subscriptions. In this case, this is saying there's small expenses. It could also be a new expense of some kind, but almost always the mice is some type of expense for me. Next up, we have the tower and we have the fox. So the way that I would interpret this, especially with the tower, is I would say this is being strategic about an institution. And I get this a lot when we're talking about financial institutions. So especially next to money cards like the bear or the fish, this could be a bank. This could be maybe how you house your 401k, all of those things. And when you get the fox here, this could be showing that this institution has ulterior motives, which financial institution doesn't. But another way to think about it is if I'm getting this as advice in the financial arena, I'd be like, okay, be smart about which organizations are involved with your money. Next up, we have the scythe and the clouds. So the scythe is something sudden occurring, and it's typically some type of cut that happens. So if you're getting laid off or fired or something like that, this could come up. Or maybe you lost a benefit of some kind. I recently did a spread for a family member who lost his insurance coverage, and we got a combo a lot like this. I think this combo actually did show up, but this was the lasting impression. And the clouds is confusion, but it's also a setback and being unsure where to go from here. So it's like, okay, we're not sure what this cut is going to mean. Next up, we have the birds and we have the man. So this could be, it's basically conversations with any kind of man, right? So this is probably like a man initiated the conversations. So I usually like the dog to be some type of advisor, but it could be that. It could be your spouse. It could be, someone who's pertinent in your financial life, having conversations with them. Next up, we have the fish and we have the anchor. So what this is showing is that there's sound finances here. This is really nice. The only way this could be better is if you have the bear, because that's like your longer term safety net there. But what this is showing with the fish in a finance reading, it's about cash flow. So this is the money that's flowing, that's coming and going out of your account, but it's abundance. It's positive for the most part. Then you have the anchor, which is all about stability. So this is stable finances. It could also be like cash flow coming in that's steady, that's solid. Next up, we have the stork and we have the bouquet. So I would see this as an increase, some type of financial increase here. The stork is positive improvement. And then we also have the bouquet, which is like a win of some kind. It's positive. So that's how I would read this. This isn't change your life. So when it's modifying the stork, it's like, yes, it's positive, but not huge enough to change my life, but I'm happy about it. And last but not least, our last two cards, we have the coffin and we have the dog. Okay, so this could be someone talking to you about like life insurance. That's what this could mean. It could also talk about the potentials of like a will or, last testament. It can be talking about literally death. That's a possibility. And the dog tends to be a professional in that way. So that's one possibility. The coffin can also show up as bankruptcy, so this could be like some type of professional that's assisting with a bankruptcy of some kind. The coffin's just generally a pretty big loss or setback when it comes to finances. So I would love to know, would you like more videos like this? If you enjoyed this, what context would you want next? And also, if there's just another video that you're interested in me doing, pop it on down below. I want to thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to divine with me live, I do have something called Drop-in Divination, and this month we are focusing on financial readings. I give you a list of questions, and all you do is bring your cards and divine live with me. What you can do then is share your interpretation and what you got, and I can offer my own insights as well. So that way you can actually have a professional helping you with your readings in real time. The membership is open for a limited time, and you can join here, emilyrosedivinationcom/membership, and you do get a free 3-day trial when you join. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know down below in the comments what you'd like more of from me.